Big news coming in from Jammu and Kashmir. 3 individuals working in the government service have been terminated from the service on charges of aiding, abetting, helping Pakistan terror groups, providing logistics, spreading secessionist ideology, and in fact adding on with regard to logistics and support that was given in absolutely shocking. This was an investigation that was done by the administration, by of course the eventual decision that was taken. The painstaking investigation that clearly established they were acting on behalf of Pakistan ISI and terror outfits, and we're being told that these were associated with the revenue departments. One was even a police constable, that they were actively working with Pakistan terror outfits, providing logistics, raising terror finances. This clearly also means that any of these activities will not be tolerated. The image of one of the individuals is on your screens for the latest on what has been now confirmed by our sources in the administration. Let's go across for the latest on that. One was a public relations officer, a constable in the J&K police. This is absolutely horrifying. What is the latest update that you have on this? Give us the details.
Since the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, they are on terror ecosystem in the Kashmir Valley, and that on a number of occasions, investigation was carried by the other agencies in J&K, and after waterproof, case was built, and then this is not the first time that employees have been sacked by the J&K. After the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, Money Government, after it was established that they had links with terror organizations, and in this latest decision that has been taken by the J&K administration, our sources have confirmed us that 3 top government officials have been sacked by the J&K administration. This includes the public relation officer of the Kashmir University. As per the investigation that was carried out by the J&K administration, it has been established that these employees were aiding and abetting Pakistani terrorists and Pakistani terror organizations, and they were acting as helpers, as overground workers of these terrorist organizations. So, this is an ongoing process, Pooja. Since the abrogation of Article 370, the government wants to, free the administration from the pro-terror, the elements. They want to free the administration from the terror sympathizers.
Stay on with this, Sunil, because this is sending out a message that this new Jammu and Kashmir is not going to accept any of these activities that were earlier done with different identities, different attempts to justify the sort of violence and conflict, brutal conflict that the Kashmir Valley specifically has seen. We are being told that the identities of the individuals, the government employees who've been terminated are, and I read them as have come in from a source-based information. The government of J&K has terminated the public relations officer of University of Kashmir, Fahim Aslam, Revenue Department officer, Morawat Hussain Mir, and police constable Arshid Ahmad Tokar from the service of actively working with the terror outfits. Remember, it's not just about working as terrorists. It's also about providing logistics, help, spreading their ideology into the masses. Remember, for the past 4 years, since 2019, there hasn't been mass violence. That Kashmir Valley was once as a common sight that was seen in the valley. There are changes that are being witnessed. Sunil Ji Bhatt gets us the latest on that. Sunil, you live in the Jammu region. You've been tracking all the latest from Jammu and Kashmir. There have been visible changes of peace, of changes that have been seen with regard to reforms, opportunities that have come. It will be a long time before J&K can completely heal. But this clearly is an attempt to show that any of these activities, not just actively working as terrorists, but even providing support, will be taken action against. Now, what support are we referring to here that the administration has taken a decision to terminate the services? Because that's a big message sent out.
Absolutely, Pooja. As I have said that, this is not the first time that the J&K administration has taken an action like this. Earlier also, I mean, after the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, as per the information provided by the J&K administration, so far, 47 employees were sacked. After it was established, they had the links with terror organizations. They were, working with terror groups, and they were providing them logistics help and other assistance to these terrorist organizations. So as you said that painstaking, investigation was carried out. Different agencies worked on this particular case, and a watertight case has been established. And only after a thorough inquiry was done, this decision has been taken that these employees will be terminated. And the message is loud and clear that those employees who are going to be pro-terror, action will be taken against them. They will not be spared. And this action reveals the government's policy. And right since the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, Pooja, there has been a major decline as far as stone pelting is concerned, law and order issues are concerned, and the government has been claiming that normalcy is being restored. However, Pooja, a lot still needs to be done,
Absolutely.
but nevertheless, there has been an improvement, a major improvement in the law and order
Terrorists
situation,
are still killing innocent people. Minority community members are still being killed. But remember, coming in from the mass violence that was once a common sight in the Kashmir Valley, a lot has changed. But what's shocking here, remember, now according to the administration, after a painstaking investigation, they terminated the services of a public relations officer of the University of Kashmir on the payroll of the government. Then, as Sunil Ji Bhatt continues to be with me, another individual was a cop in the Jammu and Kashmir police, and that is why it perhaps will be a very difficult task to ensure that they root out any of these working within the government services, and that makes for the government perhaps a more difficult task to ensure that no such individuals are at least in the government services and tarnish the reputation of the services that they also hold. Sunil Ji Bhatt continues to be with us. So Sunil, tell us a bit more about what has led to termination of the services, because it's not that they were terrorists working with a terror group directly on the ground, but yet their decision has been taken to remove them from the services. Why? Sunil.
Well, Pooja, no terrorist can succeed in his, nefarious designs unless and until logistic support is provided to him. And these, individuals, these government employees, who are on the payroll of the government, have been providing logistics help to the terrorists, and that is what the investigation has revealed, and that's what our sources in the J&K administration have said, that they have carried out a thorough inquiry, and only after that this major decision has been taken to terminate these government employees. And before these 3 employees were sacked, Pooja, 47 individuals from the government service have been terminated so far by the J&K administration for their links to terrorism. And the J&K administration wants to send out a message that, terror sympathizers who are there in the J&K administration, they will not be spared. They will be identified. Only after an investigation will be carried out, and then they will be thrown out.
So this is clearly a message to send out that according to the administration, after the investigation was done, so it's not that an immediate decision was taken. There was an investigation, a probe that had followed, and that if you are a terror sympathizer within the government service, that cannot be permitted anymore. In Jammu and Kashmir, action will be taken, a message will be sent.